So what's going on, trucketeers? It's the truck guy here. Wanted to get back to you with another video, and today we're doing the French drain. So I just posted a video about how to dig a trench for a French drain. So as you can see here, we've got the trench in place. It's working like a charm. This is all hand dug, so you can definitely do it yourself. Got all the sod caught up. Definitely hit up the French drain man if you like French drains, and if you want to learn how to do it right. He's got some awesome content, so check out the French drain man. You're gonna love what he has. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna land non-woven geotextile fabric. We're gonna do round rock, and that's gonna surround. We're gonna do 2 catch basins. These have the extension on them because I want to put them right at the bottom of the trench. So we're gonna have 2 catch basins. Our perforated corrugated pipe that's going to run between the catch basins, and obviously mostly to the end of the French drain. It's going to run to a pop-up emitter down in this corner. The rest is just going to be river rock, just to give the water somewhere to go. I'm not running anything in this back section because frankly I don't need to, but I also have some restrictions where I can't. So I'm gonna just have water draining out through river rock at the end of this. So it's gonna be about 30 feet of corrugated pipe, a little bit more than 30 feet, but to this corner, and then I'm gonna be all good out the back. So where I want to start is just, you want about 6 inches of rock underneath these catch basins. So I'm going to get that in place. Then I'm going to do my non-woven geotextile fabric throughout the trench here. And then I'm going to lay out all my catch basins and pipe, get it all screwed together, and then from there we're going to start the river rock. So hopefully finishing everything off today, and then I'll give you guys some updates too, because I want to keep you updated on the French drain. But this is going to be kind of the easiest DIY way to do it. I think you're really going to enjoy it if you're doing a French drain yourself. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. Gonna give you bits and pieces. I don't want this to be a 5-hour video. So one thing I wanted to point out is if you have irrigation lines, like I've got one right here. Mine was at 11 inches, so I just did an 11-inch trench. I didn't want to go around it for obvious reasons, so it really worked out perfectly for this project. But if you've got irrigation lines, you're gonna have to, you can go under them, you can go over them. In this case, I'm going over because it's at 11 inches. If it was like 6 inches, I'd go under. So kind of feel it out depending on where you fall for your irrigation lines. But I'm following pretty closely what the French drain man has laid out. The only thing I'm doing differently that he doesn't do is I'm going to do a combination yard drain / French drain. So instead of doing blind inlets or something different, I'm actually doing some catch basins. I just want to have an entry point into my system, so a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, I can actually blow this out with a power washer. I know exactly where the lines are running. Otherwise, again, you can do blind inlets, but then you've got to dig down and access your French drain. I've also got a lot of surface water in this area, so this is going to be kind of, I think, the right solution for me. But hopefully the French drain man isn't too critical of me. We'll see. But I think each yard kind of has their own issues. So I've got subsurface and surface water runoff, so I want the catch basins for that reason. I was going to do 3. I'm only going to do 2 because this trench And this is kind of the nice thing about trenching one weekend and then doing your French drain the next weekend, is you can kind of see exactly where the water is running and where it's pooling. And I could tell right away, and kind of, you know, I could kind of work the trench in a way, because I did it in portions, to see where the water was heading. Now I know exactly how to get this water out of my yard. So I would recommend doing that as well. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I don't want to bore you guys, ramble on too much, so I'll start knocking out the French drain pieces here, and you can see how I go from trench to French drain. Let's get into it, guys. Corners can get a little funky, but I think for the most part I'm just trying to keep that where the catch basins are. So we've got one catch basin in now. Then we've got number 2 in. All right, so let's go ahead and get our corrugated pipe. Pick this stuff up at Menards. Actually, it kind of went between Menards and Home Depot. Looked at the perforations, see what kind of had bigger perforations, and definitely Menards, the pipe just looked a lot better, so ended up going with Menards. so now we've got our base French drain in place. So we've got our pop-up emitter. We're gonna leach water down here because we don't want pipe running in this area. It's just gonna be river rock. So we've got our French drain perforated pipe down right at the bottom of our trench. We've got the non-woven geotextile fabric at the bottom, and as you can see, trench comes all the way up here in the French drain until we've got our top catch basin. So next step is go ahead and fill this in with our river rock, and then we'll cover it up, and looking pretty close to being done. All right guys, so the next step is river rock. So we want to get this in our French drain. I got all clean river rock. I've got some old stuff but didn't want to reuse it, but this all comes with like a little bit of a clay coating on it, so I don't want to put all this clay into the French drain. So we'll enlist the 1505 here. What I'm going to do is give this all just a wash, and then I already have some holes in the wheelbarrow, so I'm good there. I'm just going to give it all a rinse. I'm going to do 2 bags at once. These are 50-pound bags. So once I've got it rinsed, I'll just take it right down to the French drain and dump it in. Alright guys, so after doing this a couple times, the pipe definitely has a tendency to pop up on you. So I think the only way to do it is stand on it. Obviously don't put too much weight on it. Just backfill a little bit at a time. So slow and steady is the name of the game here. All right guys, so in terms of process, I'm almost done with the rock at this point, but I've got a little bit better technique. So give the rock a rinse, but then grab a drain spade, and because this rock tends to be really clay heavy, just use your drain spade and your hose together. It's going to make it a lot easier, and that's the absolute best technique for cleaning this rock. 2 bags at a time, 50-pound bags. You'll be pretty happy with the results. So let's go ahead and jump back down to the French drain and see what progress we made. We're almost ready to tie it up with the burrito wrap and move on to the next step here. So let's go. Guys, so we're back ready to start the burrito wrap. So we're going to do this all the way down, fold this over, use a fabric staple, and then put our sides back on top. So we're just going to take our time going down and getting this wrapped up, and it's pretty much the final step of the French drain. So gravel, dirt, things of that nature. Just try to keep it as clean as possible, but obviously it's outside, so kind of is what it is a little bit, but you want to try to keep this as clean as possible, since, you know, that's really the goal of the French drain, is a nice clean drain system. Alright guys, so we're actually at the point where we're going to start putting sod back down. Then I'll give you a walk through what it looks like at the end. But this is pretty much your French drain. Again, throwing the sod back in, and probably give it a test run, but we've already tested the trench, so we'll do that part later. But I think we're looking pretty good, guys, so we'll check in one more time, and then we'll cut it. So thanks for sticking with me, guys, and we'll have a little bit more on the French drain soon, so stay tuned. All right guys, so one last shot. This saw doesn't look as ideal as I wanted. It might be, you know, a ½ inch low, but as you can see, this is the French drain and it's covered up pretty well. So again, I'll probably do some topsoil in this area, reseed it next spring. But for now, you know, it's at the very back of the yard, so really it's not a place we're utilizing much. So I wanted to get it filled in. Frankly, I'm a little sick of this project. It's a lot of work, so I've got the two catch basins here, and then I'm gonna run river rock and resod back here. This is kind of my drainage offshoot from the pop-up emitter, so we're close. We're closing in on being done here, guys. So so check it out. This is a DIY French drain. You know, this isn't commercial, this isn't the French drain man, but I think it looks pretty good. So I'm happy with it. I think it's going to solve my drainage problems. And as you can see, it kind of blends in with the yard. A little work to do, but I'm not going to get much grass grown here in Minnesota in October, so I think it's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and clean up, and we're going to be done for the day. We'll do a little bit more work on it over the next few days to finish it up. But that's it, guys. Please like, please subscribe. I hope you like the French drain, and I hope it works. We're gonna get this backyard all cleaned up. So if you like this video, definitely comment down below. Let me know if you're into French drain videos, things like this. I'd love to bring you more content. So we will talk to you on the next video.